What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Trackside Girls podcast, season 3. This is episode 5. We are gonna get right into it. We had 2 races in Phoenix, this past weekend. The NASCAR Xfinity Series and the NASCAR Cup Series, and we're gonna go over these. Um, I Did I watch? Oh, I did. Yes, I did watch the Xfinity race because I forgot that I was off work. Um, I only watched the ending of the Cup race, because I was at work. But so we're gonna go
Okay,
over this together.
you really didn't miss much during the cup race.
But first we're gonna start with um the Xfinity series. To the rear, it was Ryan Sieg who went to a backup car, which he had to go to a backup car because whenever he pulled back into the garage area, he hit basically a curb, and destroyed the front splitter of the car, like destroyed the entire front. And so they had to pull out I'm assuming that was the Vegas car that he drove this past weekend at Phoenix because they had to bring out the backup car. And normally, your backup car that you're bringing to Phoenix is most likely your Vegas car. So, um, and then Matt DiBenedetto had to go to the rear for an engine. And then William Swalich had a fuel pump replacement. But it was Alex Bowman in the 17 that got the pole, with the Sheldon Creed taking second on the outside. Um, There was no caution in stage one. Alex Bowman wins stage one, leading all 45 laps. And they get going again. And the first caution for cause is Anthony Alfredo is coming down pit road and ends up stopping. And he kind of gets stuck there with an axle issue. So they had to get him to the garage. So on the restart, Eric Almirola leading Alex Bowman on the inside. Austin Hill clips the inside wall um, in turn 4, I believe. Um, s-
I think
clip, yeah,
so.
yeah, clips the inside wall, gets sent up the track into Sheldon Creed, and Dean Thompson I guess, didn't realize that Austin Hill was going up the racetrack and just bam, straight smack into him. So he kind of was a little bit of an innocent bystander. Um, but yeah, I think that was really the biggest one that they had, as far as I'm aware, for the
I mean, I
Xfinity
was
race,
on Austin Hill literally took himself out. So
which he did say in his interview that it was 100% his fault. So I commend him um for taking the
I think
blame on
that's
that
about the
one.
only I think that's about the only time he's ever admitted that it was his fault and not try and blame it on somebody else's. I'm just saying.
Um, but they get back going. It's green all the way up until stage 2, where Justin Allgaier wins the second stage. Um, and it is green until Dawson Cram hits the right rear of Sammy Smith, then suffers a flat right rear in turn 1 and backs into the wall. Um, I want to say Dawson said on Twitter um, that he had no brakes. So he was kind of struggling, and it caused this. But they get going again, and on lap 197, Nick Leeds spins near the start finish line, which is really upsetting because that one was the Warped Tour car. Um, so it's a little sad that it got wrecked. Um, but that sent them into overtime. And it was Justin Allgaier to lead on the overtime restart with Eric Almirola on the outside. Justin Allgaier, it was unless it was Alex Bowman, it was really Alex Bowman and Justin Allgaier, them two, like this was the race to lose. Alex Bowman gets ahead of Justin Allgaier and Brandon Jones through a three wide. Um, and then Eric Almirola follows. Eric Almirola essentially shoves Alex Bowman into the outside wall. Um,
Per usual. I mean, that's an Amarola move to do.
like it was, yeah. Like Eric Almirola got loose, and completely shoved Alex Bowman into the wall, when Alex Bowman was ahead. But because of Alex getting into the wall, Eric Almirola got ahead, and crossed the line, first. And yeah, I'm pretty sure I cut that race off like as soon as Eric got out of the car. Um,
For me, the one thing, I will say the one thing I hate about Amarola driving is he does dirty moves to other drivers, and he's not even racing to compete for the championship.
he's only racing for wins. That's it.
Exactly. But if somebody does a dirty move to him, then he gets mad about it and he's like all butthurt. But you do the same thing to other drivers, and you're not even a full-time racer anymore, so you can move your butt on out because no one cares about you. That's how I feel about that. Because it's true. He does dirty moves all the time to other people, but if someone does it to him, he gets mad.
Yep.
So what?
But so let's talk about the cup race. Um, all drivers. So in Phoenix, they do the option and primary tire. But it looks like all drivers started on the yellow primaries. Michael McDowell went to the rear, for a steering rack. But it was William Byron on pole with Joey Logano on the outside. And lap five, I thought that she was gonna actually do something. I was excited to see how she was gonna do, but lap five, Catherine Legg spins off turn two. She
Yeah.
continues, but that hurt a little bit. Um, on the restart, um, Noah Gragson touches Cole Custer, who bumps Zane Smith, then causes Ricky Stenhouse to spin from 23rd, and also Cole Custer spins from that. They get going again. Joe Logano leads on the inside, William Byron on the outside. William Byron ends up winning stage one. Bro, Austin Cindric was leading this race. I
For a
didn't
little
even,
bit, yeah.
because I was at work, I didn't even know that. Man.
But then,
Um,
lap 9, there was a big accident that happened.
yeah. Lap 92, Michael McDowell locks up at the end of the backstretch while running eighth, going high and slides up the track, barely touching the wall. But he is able to make it to pit road. Um, I want to say this was a restart. Um, Bell leading with William Byron on the inside. Near 15th, Justin Haley, Chase Briscoe, and Carson Hocevar all get together off turn two, triggering a multi-car accident with Noah Gragson, Brad Keselowski, Todd Gilliland, Riley Herbst, Cole Custer, Alex Bowman, and Shane Van Gisbergen. All receiving damage. Um, Again, William Byron and Christopher Bell, on front row on the restart. Christopher Bell leading. Christopher Bell ends up winning stage two. The next caution for cause at lap 216, Catherine Legg spins off of turn two and gets hit by Daniel Suarez. Um, Under the caution, Cody Ware comes down pit road smoking and loses a right rear wheel.
Whose tire it was. I was trying to figure out whose tire it was.
Christopher Bell leading on the inside, Tyler Reddick on the outside. Um, It is green until I want to say so. They they say that Bubba Wallace lost a had a tire blow, but they were picking up pieces of a brake rotor off of the track
Yeah, it wasn't. It was from. I don't even know. Yeah, it
because there
definitely
was
was
two
not
of them.
Bubba.
It was both well because it happened twice. I want to say it
Yeah,
was both Bubba and Ty that it happened to.
it was because they didn't realize that something was on there until they had panned the camera and there was something laying in the middle of the thing, and they were like, that's not supposed to be there." Yeah.
And then it was almost to the end. Um, Ryan Blaney had actually called this on his car a little bit earlier. Um, but finally the engine gives out, blows up, like white smoke pouring from his car,
Yep.
to bring out a caution. Um, so they get going again, and again the same thing happens to Ty Gibbs that happened to Bubba Wallace. Um, but they believe that that one was a brake rotor issue, whereas they believe that Bubba Wallace's was just a tire. Um, but they get going again. Christopher Bell leads on the inside, Denny Hamlin on the outside. Um, and Christopher Bell, it is like Christopher Bell, I'm surprised he fought as much as he did with his teammate for this
He put
win.
Denny. He put Denny in the wall.
Yeah, I was a little surprised. I would like to hear what Coach Gibbs says about that. Um,
Oh,
obviously,
Coach already talked about it.
like,
He said he had to do. He said his words were, he did what he had to do to win.
wow.
Never mind the fact. Never mind the fact that it was two of his people trying to get a win.
Yeah.
I don't even
I'm a
like Denny
little surprised
Hamlin.
with that.
I don't even like Denny Hamlin, and I wanted to see Denny Hamlin win over Christopher Bell because at this point,
Like,
I could care less.
I don't really care. Like,
I mean,
between the two, I mean, it's cool, like, in a sense that Christopher Bell's Christopher Bell won three in a row so far. But it's also, if you look at it from the other side, it's like, oh my God, Christopher Bell won another one.
that's how I kind of feel.
So, who did I say? Oh, wait. I think something happened to like all four of my picks. Like, actually, to be fair, I think the Xfinity race, I think um it
Loki
wasn't
don't even remember who I picked.
y- you had hold on. I don't think I made graphics for it this time. I just know I did Christian Eckes and Taylor for Xfinity, and then I did Ross and Ryan for um Cup. And you saw how well that went with Ryan. So,
I actually literally I want I have no idea who I picked. I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't ever remember though.
yeah, I'd have to go back and look. But uh it's big kind of well news that we hadn't went over because we last week's filming happened after or before the ruling came out. Austin Cindric lost 50 driver points and got fined it was like 50K um
Mhm.
for supposedly intentionally um turning Ty Dillon at Coda,
I have to laugh because Ty Dillon said in his interview that I don't know. He straight up said, "I don't even know why he's at the racetrack. He should be suspended for one race."
which is stupid.
And
Like,
Kyle Busch like Bob asked a lot of the drivers what they thought about, and he literally said about Austin intentionally wrecking. And I was like, I don't think that Austin actually purposely wrecked Ty on purpose.
I don't think so either. He normally doesn't.
Well,
Like
no,
if you've met Austin, like
he's entirely way too nice for that.
yeah, for the most part, I don't, yeah. Him
But I
intentionally
think it's
wrecking somebody, I don't think he has the heart to do that.
but I think it's so funny because Ty's so butthurt. He was like, he did a right hook on me and he should be suspended. And I'm like, yeah, sure, he did it on purpose. If he would have did it on purpose, sure you would have known. But
Like
I don't think he did it on purpose.
I haven't seen SMT data or anything like that, but you can normally tell when something's intentional.
Well, that was like Briscoe's appeal when they appealed and then they won their appeal.
Yeah. I wonder if they're gonna appeal
So
it. I don't know if that they decided to or not.
they just said they weren't going to appeal it. They were just going to take it as what it was.
Fair.
Because somebody was like, is Penske going to appeal it? And they're like, no, because they're not going to win. Because even NASCAR's ruled it as Austin intentionally wrecking Ty Dillon out. But in a case, not really, because he didn't get suspended.
Yeah.
So,
I don't understand that. Like if that's the
I
case,
don't know.
especially hold on. Especially Ty Dillon speaking on something like that when his brother did that at what, Richmond and didn't get parked for a
Mhm.
race? Yeah. I don't want to hear his opinion.
Granddaddy's money, just saying, like, paid off.
Like, we're talking about
Yeah,
Austin,
yeah, because Austin Dillon did the same thing, and yet, funny, um, he only got penalties. He didn't get no suspension. He should have,
and
but he
then
didn't.
and then they gave him back the win, just not the playoff spot.
Exactly. Make it make sense,
When he
NASCAR.
straight up full on intentionally wrecked
Yeah.
two of them.
Oh, yeah. And everybody was going off on Twitter about it. They're like, so NASCAR's not gonna call that because he purposely wrecked two people. And they even admitted it over his radio that he wrecked two people. So, what? I think it's stupid.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm an Oxcentric fan through and through, so and like listen,
I stand him.
Ty Dillon has like out of the car has never done anything bad to me, never like turned his nose up at me or anything. So like I don't necessarily have an issue, but like anybody with the Dillon last name, I'm not exactly a fan of, especially Austin Dillon, because Austin Cindric could have swept the two Daytona races um, in 22, yet Austin Dillon almost he bumped Austin Cindric and almost wrecked him to win that race. So to only, I'm pretty sure he got knocked out in the first round anyway. So
Sorry,
the
neither one
only
of them have actually made it. Neither one of them have actually made it to the playoffs. Austin Dillon thought he did, and then he got his playoff point. He got his playoff spot taken away from him. So,
the only time
and
that
if
you'll
they
ever hear
do,
me like voice my opinions is when it comes to Austin centric, okay? Like
that is
I
true.
will defend that man with my life.
It's like I will kill someone defending him if it's the last thing I do.
Like
I know you normally.
Penske through and through, okay? Like
I know you normally don't badmouth the drivers. It's me who badmouth them. But man, someone does something to Austin, you're like, shut your mouth. Yeah, literally.
but so this week I do believe Formula One is back.
I think it is. I've seen too many commercials, so I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Australia is this weekend. Like,
I think it
yes,
is.
yes, the Australian Grand Prix, all three of the NASCAR series are back at Las Vegas, which Lakota will be there. I'm debating because I want to cover more IndyCar, but the two that I'm looking at are either Toronto, Canada, or Nashville at the end of the season. So I gotta decide on if I want to do those or not. It would be very cool because
I
one, I've
I
never traveled
wanna
outside
go
the country.
I wanna go to Canada so bad.
Like I can't necessarily get you into like the media center or stuff, but homie, apparently on Friday and Saturday, paddock access is free with your ticket. A big like apparently that's what IndyCar does
What the
because
heck?
because there was like a ridiculous amount of people like in St. Pete in the
That's
paddock.
like kind of insane.
Yeah, I think it's you just have to pay for Sunday.
Dang.
So,
I want I wanna go
but
to Canada in general.
do you have a passport?
Nope.
I'll
Never been
say
out of the country. Never
that's
been out of
step
the
one.
country.
That's step one, bud. You gotta do that first. Um, but um, but yes, so the Australian Grand Prix and um NASCAR. So I guess we're gonna do our picks. Um, I guess first we gotta start out with trucks, since they're back on track. Um,
Rajah won it the last time.
Raja won last year's.
Mhm.
Um, let's see. Oh my gosh, they actually give an entry list now for the trucks. What a miracle.
Oh,
Justin Haley
really?
is going to be in the '07. Corey Day is in the 7. Oh my God, no! If you're gonna miss the truck race, you're probably gonna miss Corey Day.
Mhm.
Dang.
That's why I'm hoping he doesn't go to the merch hauler like he sometimes does. And I won't know until Thursday about all of that because that would, well, actually, it probably won't be my only shot to see Corey. He normally stays during the weekend.
Yeah, I think so normally, because that's what he did at Martinsville.
And when I get the Neon Garage Pass, I can, I'll find a way.
Hmm. But
So,
ooh, honestly, it's probably gonna be Spire's gonna be really strong, like they always are. Um, I wouldn't I wouldn't doubt a Corey Heim.
it was actually a hard decision, I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know where he placed before, but and I don't know how well he is at Vegas, but I'm gonna say Lane Riggs. So
Okay.
I'll go Corey Heim and Lane Riggs. William Swalich is gonna be back in the one truck. Um,
William.
I can't remember what races because we talked about this before. I can't remember what races Lawless is doing for him or Brent. Which actually speaking of, Brent Cruz won the ARCA race in Phoenix. He was fighting with Brennan Queen all the way to the end.
Oh, yeah, I saw parts of it on that.
Which I mean, toss up. He's in Joe Gibbs equipment, so that means you're gonna be fast anyway. But also, I watched Brent Cruz win in Tulsa at the shootout, so it was kind of like a full circle like moment.
Oh, very cool.
Of like watching him win on dirt and then also saw him on TV winning asphalt. So But those, I think those are who I'm gonna go with my truck picks. Who you got?
Great question. I don't know. You know what? I'm just gonna say Raja since he won last year. We'll see if he can do it again.
Okay.
Now, picking the long shot is a long shot. Um, because my problem is that I don't know who's good there, and I don't know who's not good there. That and half these people that are in truck are completely brand new, and I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm really gonna get wild here. Not really. I'm just gonna go with Corey Haim as a long shot. That's how wild we're gonna be.
I was gonna say it's not even close to being wild.
I know.
Um,
It's so hard though, because I'm like, all these people in truck are completely new people, and I'm like, I don't know how you run there.
okay, I'm gonna have to look at Twitter for the Xfinity because they did not update. Let's see, Xfinity entries. You know, this is this is gonna be a hot take. Harrison Burton,
Oh, I would actually cry if he wins. Why I'm there? No lie.
because he's been running really well in that 25, but also I don't, even though he's running well, I don't know if he's a winning car.
You know,
So,
he's done decently in the 25 car.
yeah. And then I'll go, yeah, I'll go him and I'll go with Sheldon Creed. I'll see if see if
He
he
can
can.
finally win a
Yeah.
race.
Yeah. He's like, I think he's up to like either 13 or 14 second place finishes.
I'm pretty sure he's up to 14 now.
Yeah. I feel bad
Um,
for him, man.
I know every time he comes, I know anytime he's in second, and I'm like, just pass him. Like, come on, you can win. And he gets so close, and then he always gets screwed. And I'm like, that's kind of terrible. Okay. Um, hmm. I think it's funny how when they do the entry list, they put Nicholas Sanchez instead of just Nick Sanchez. I
And
laugh
no,
at
no,
that
no,
every single
they call him that on the broadcast, and I'm like, dude, do not pull out his full government name. Like,
time. I think it's hilarious. So funny. Okay, you know, I feel like I probably did I say it last week? I don't know. I'm gonna say Brandon is a long shot because I feel like at some point Brandon is another one that needs to get a win.
yeah,
He's trying so hard. Mm. And mm, say Christian is a winner. I have not said him at all.
Ekis.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll say
So
those two.
I think for Cup, I'm gonna go with Joe Logano, and
Kyle, Kyle Larson won last year.
yeah, I'm gonna go with Joe Logano and Riley Herbst, just
I love
because I
I love my boy
want
Riles. And
Riley's first win to be at his home track.
he's won at his I
I
mean,
mean,
he
what in
won
Xfinity? I'm talking about his first Cup win.
I know. I'm like, I kind of want Noah to win at his home track
Fair.
because he hasn't won at his home track and Riley has. So, mm, I'm gonna say Blaney as the winner.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm gonna go Carson as a long shot because he's
He has been he's been qualifying really well.
he's like right there. I
Yeah.
can feel it. As much as I love No one, Riley. There's no way I can choose between them. I'll be happy whoever wins. But
Fair.
I'm gonna say Carson because Carson's like right right there and he's like almost got to qualify for the pool almost every single time. I feel like
He's been doing really well with qualifying for sure.
he has been.
So now the big one, F1. Okay, are we keeping our same things as last year? Like how we
The
excluded
rule,
Max?
I think so, yeah. Because
Because
sometimes it was fun because he didn't actually end up winning the race. So
okay, so to specify, the way that we did it last year was we excluded Max because at whenever we first started the season, we believed that Max was going to run away with every race. But if you watched Formula One in the 2024 season, you see that did not happen. He still won the championship, but it didn't. It was a lot closer than I'm sure he felt comfortable with. Um, but. So, the way we did it was we excluded Max and we picked a winner and a long shot that translated to second and third on the podium. So, say if you picked somebody for your winner and they won the race, you got a point for that. Or say if you picked them in the winner spot and they finished second, that counts as a win because translates to second and third on the podium. So, we will specify that if we need to a couple more times throughout the season whenever we make our picks for Formula One. Um,
I actually have to go look at the people because I have no idea.
there are a couple
What's
rookies in the field.
Ugh, Ollie.
I I want to see how Liam Lawson does in a Red Bull car.
I kind of want Liam to do amazingly well because I like Liam. It's so weird to see Lewis Hamilton
And
as
Ferrari
Ferrari.
colors, yeah, that's wild. And then he has a primarily yellow helmet when his color used to be like a fluorescent, and it looks so weird now.
And the fact
Um,
that Esteban and Oliver are Haas. What the heck?
Yeah, on the same team too.
This throws me a little bit for a loop because I'm like, what the heck?
I'm also interested to see how Carlos Sainz is going to do in Williams.
Probably terrible because Williams sucks.
Mm.
I'd be
But
surprised if he does well.
okay, but we gotta do our picks. I'm gonna say
It's so hard because I'm like, what do I
yeah, it's the
do?
first race of the season, so like
You know what? I'll go with the basics and I'll say Lando and Charles.
yeah, I was gonna say Oscar. Um,
That's not bad. Not bad.
Oscar and I'll go Oscar and Liam.
Okay. Those aren't bad
Two
choices.
is like Oscar would be his home race. And then Liam, he's from New Zealand, so he's like just across the water. Um, so and then also if he ended up on the podium his first race, or well, actually just kidding, he raced for Visa Cash App RB. Um, forgot about that.
I like the first podium for Red Bull.
So let's do this outro. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for listening, however you enjoy our lovely podcast. This has been episode 5 of the Trackside Girls podcast, season 3. And let's do this outro. It goes peace,
Peace.
love, and race cars. Good old the 5 pack of Hot Wheels.
I figured I better use this one since, It's starting. I had the good old trusty Riley car because it's literally just next to me and it's the only car that I can reach.
All right. Good night,
It's
everybody.
peace.